All right, everyone. I'm gonna start doing my front and rear stainless steel brake lines from GALFER on my 21 CB1000R. Figured I'd make a quick little video on the install process. Seems pretty straightforward. All right. I already started by taking off the front fairing, as you can see here. Very simple. Some Allen screws, 1, 2. Then this is a 10mm nut, and then the same thing on the opposite side. All right, Allen screw, and another 10mm nut, and I just pulled it forward. You kind of got to squeeze this side and this side a little bit. This way it doesn't scrape up your fork. But other than that, comes right out. I just did that. I don't feel like getting any brake fluid on it. I like to work with space, so that's what I'm doing. Here I already have, this is the OEM bracket mount bolt. All right. But these are the two lines here that go on the front, just this little front part here. Okay. You have one, that, and they're all clearly labeled. All right. You got this one says right caliper. All right. So that'll be the right caliper. That'll be this side. It's as if you're sitting on the bike. Okay. And that's going to go and cross over to the left caliper, just how the OEM style is. All right. Just like the OEM style is. All right. And then this will go in there. And then you have this block right up here. Okay. Right above the radiator. I already loosened that. That's just a simple 8mm bolt here, and it threads through the block. Okay, very simple. And now it's loose, and that's your hard line there. That's where you're gonna loosen it. All right. Then in addition, you have another brake line underneath the tank. So for the tank, you remove this little cowl here. Okay, again, goes like this. You got 2 Allen bolts here, and then 1 clip, and another clip, and another clip, and another clip. 4 clips, plastic clips. All right. Very easy to take out. They're right here. As you see here, they have a little center punch. You just stick a little pick in there or a screwdriver, push it in, and it'll release. Okay, and then you can pull them out. All right, and then to install them back, you'll obviously, do the opposite. All right, push the little pin out, insert it into the hole on the cowl when you're ready, and then you're gonna press down on the tab, and it should be flat, so it'll lock. All right, so that's that. Okay, another thing we're probably gonna need to move around is this turn signal. Okay, there's a bolt right there, as you can see, so we'll take care of that. Okay. I like to work with a lot of room on the bike. This way I don't damage anything, and I hate working with brake fluid. So, all right, we'll take care of this soon. We're gonna unscrew those 2 Phillips, siphon out all the fluid, and then we'll get down to doing our wires here. All right, but first I want to lift up the tank to get access to that other line that we need to change. So right there, you have a 10mm and another 10mm. We'll go ahead and take off the seat, and there's probably something else down there. We'll see though. All right, now that we got our tank up, took the seat off, then this seat, you have 10mm here. I'm sure you know, you slide it off. All right, this you could leave on. This is the bottom tank bolt. You're gonna have those 2 tank bolts here. Okay, 2 10mm. They screw down there. They do have washers, so don't drop the washer. All right. To lift up the tank, how I have it, okay, you got to undo these 2 connectors here. You got this white one, and then you got this little black one right here, right, that goes into the body harness. You got to unclip those because they do have tension on them. So you can lift it a little bit and then unclip them. This way you don't screw them up, all right? And then I just have a piece of 2x4 sitting right here along across the body, all right, holding the tank up for me nice and easy. All right, so now with that being said, we're gonna move on over here. Now we have a visual of the other hose that we have going to the master cylinder. Okay, so this one's going traveling all the way up, as you can see there, and it goes straight to the master. All right, we're gonna move this turn signal right here, another 5mm Allen. We're gonna probably slide that down out of the way, and right here we have a top bolt for the headlight, and there should be one on the other side. Yep, another one on the other side right there. We're gonna take that out. All right, just to give us more access, work nice and clean. All right, and we should be good from there. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so undo those screws, pulled out the headlight. All right, it'll tilt forward, and it just sits on these two little detents, okay, on the bottom. So you could just lift that up, and then you tilt it forward, and it'll come right out. It has a weather seal connector, okay. You just pull this rubber back, and you unclip the connector from it, all right. And you can just put it on the side. This allows you to work nice and comfortable. You have this down out of the way from here, all right. You don't get brake fluid on it or whatever the case is, okay. More importantly, over here is you have another bracket holding the harness and the master cylinder hose, okay. So you got to undo this 5mm hex here. Then you want to open up the bracket, slide this out, okay. And then as you see, if you follow the line, it goes to your master cylinder, all right. Has a neat little cover here for the banjo bolt, all right. So just unplug that, and you'll have access right there, okay. And that's that. So now we start doing the teardown. I will first start to take out the fluid from the reservoir, okay. I'm gonna siphon that out. You do not reuse the same brake fluid, just so you guys know. Never. All right, guys, so I removed the stock lines, okay. Very simple. 12mm banjo bolt. I put this over the tire for when you loosen this over here, it's gonna drip some brake fluid. So I had some paper towel there for the meantime, soaking it up, and this just to cover the tire. I hate dealing with brake fluid. As you see, a little bit got on the tire there. And yeah, it just chews up rubber, chews up paint, okay. This is the other side, okay. Now the crossover from the right caliper, as you see here, that's the one that goes on the outside, okay. Now this is still loose. I left this loose. I'm dry fitting it right now. I still got to do the hose to the master cylinder, and then once I have everything in position, I will tighten everything down. You got your new crush washers in there as well, all right. In between every line is a crush washer, and then on the caliper itself, okay. So you got 3 on this one and 2 on the other side, all right. This one uses the longer bolt because you're using 2 brake lines, all right. So that's still loose, like I said. It's easy to leave them a little loose so you could maneuver them and shape them how you need to when you're screwing them in, all right. This one over here, you want to take this 10 out, okay. That's going to loosen the block, and then you want to take off this little bracket right here, okay. It's 2 8mm. It made it a lot easier to loosen and put the hard line back onto the new brake line, all right. So move this bracket out of the way. You'll save yourself a lot of time, less effort. All right, and when you're threading it in, it will be a little snug because it's a new fitting, a new line. So once you thread it in and then you get the wrench on it, it'll be smoother and it'll get lighter as you turn it, all right. That's pretty much it. Then you bolt this back on with the ABS wire and the little clamp, all right. And we'll do the top section now. All right, I got this bled out already. There is some kind of pad in there, as you can see. I've never seen that before on motorcycles. So maybe this is something to collect the dirt, or for when your brake fluid gets low. I'm guessing it creates some kind of suction to keep you safe. I have no clue. I don't know if it's a filter or something, but yeah, I left that in there. I sucked everything out. As you see, I put a paper towel around it. I hate brake fluid. I hate dealing with brake fluid. So you want to do this, minimize your chances of getting it around the bike. All right, that's pretty much it. The top to the master cylinder is 2 pieces. Okay, you have your black rubber boot. Oops. Yeah. Black rubber boot. Your plastic might come off separated from this, and then you have the lid. All right, so I just got that here, and I'm keeping that covered for now. All right, these are the 2 bolts that go with it. All right, pretty much it. All right, guys, just a quick one, guys. Keep in mind these little metal discs that come in the pack of your brake lines, they need to go inside of all these valve blocks. Okay, right inside there, they need to be down there and seated. Okay, they could go in either way, it doesn't matter. As you see, it's like a disc. Okay, if you don't put that in, you're not going to get proper brake pressure. Bleeding's going to be horrible. All right, it's just not going to work correctly. So don't forget to put these in and make sure they're seated correctly when you're screwing it into the hard line. All right, we got that up there. This is still loose. I just got it test fitted for now, and once I tighten that down, then I'll snug that up and we'll begin the bleeding process for the front. All right, so we got everything buttoned up, put the fender back on. I routed the lines. All right, try to use the OEM rubber bushings as well. It worked on some of them it didn't work. Okay, boom, that's basically it. Okay, got that there, going down here. Okay, nice and tight. Tightened everything up. Oh, all right, that's in there, and this one's right there. All right, routed it up nicely with the rubber grommet. OEM clip is still there. Tightened back my turn signal. All right, and there we are. Okay, so filled her up, opened both bleeder screws. So I did this little trick here. Just a regular vacuum hose, fits nice and snug over the bleeder. Use these little 8-ounce Poland Spring bottles. Just put a little slice in the top, and then it sticks on there pretty nice, and just drains into there. All right, real clean stuff. All right, same thing on the other side. Okay, so I opened up the bleeders, both of them same time. Let it gradually bleed a little bit. Pumped it a little bit, a few times. All right, was getting a little bit, not a lot. Closed them off. All right, then I went up top here and I opened up the bleeder for the master. All right, master had a lot of air in it. You know, I put a whole bunch of Bounty here. All right, so pump, 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 hold, open the bleeder. All right, pump, 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 hold, open the bleeder. All right, close the bleeder, then obviously you release the lever. All right, if this is your first time doing something like this, I highly recommend getting someone who knows how to do this. This is the brakes that goes on your motorcycle. All right, this is a machine. You don't want to get hurt, crash, lose your brakes. All right, if you don't know how to do something like this, please go to a dealership or pay somebody that does. All right, but that's basically it. All right, it's working pretty well now. Okay, as you can see there, I'll hit it. All right, I'm gonna bleed it a little more. After I took the air out the master, I opened up the bleeders down here, and I got more of a better flow just by gravity bleeding. Now I'm gonna pressure bleed it, and if not, I have a vacuum bleeder over there as well, hand vacuum bleeder. But that's pretty much it, guys. Stay tuned. All right, we are pumped up. We are good. All right, bled another good amount after the first full bleed. Just wanted to double check, make sure we got steady flow, no bubbles. All right, now to put everything back together, pretty simple. And we will do the rear another day. All right, take care.